Hey guys, what's going on? Doc back at you for another fun-filled episode. Another fun-filled episode of Ride Along Review. Now today, I guess I'm going to be doing you a little bit of a disservice because I've seen pretty much everything that I want to see that's in theaters. And it's a bit of a conundrum because right now I need to go and give my mother's cat its insulin shots because she has gone away for her birthday / the 4th of July. So, sorry folks, so I need to give their cat its insulin shots, and it is about fucking 95 degrees out right now, so the only place I can think of going to is the cinema, and I guess I'm a bit too good of a friend, and I'm not kind enough to you, because I promised a friend that I'd go and see Sicario 2 with them, and I've seen everything else in theaters that I want to fucking see. So today, I am going to see Gotti with John Travolta. Don't judge me too harshly. I have an affinity for movies that are very bad, and this seems to be one of those movies that is that epically bad. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it because it's kind of Scientology propaganda, but Battlefield Earth is a pretty fantastically bad movie, and it's made all the better by how fucking seriously John Travolta takes it. Like, that guy literally thought his religion was going to be the next, like, Lord of the Rings or some shit like that. And that, just think of that. That dude literally worships a fucking high concept science fiction writer. That's fucking out of this world. So I'm going to see the man who believes in fucking alien ghost spirits portraying the Teflon Don. Just let that sink in for a second. The guy who believes in space ghost deity aliens fucking is playing the Teflon Don, John Gotti Sr. It's just one of those things that I've been reading so many stories about it for the past couple of years, and it's just been one thing after a fucking another that just makes it sound like, wow, how could this movie get any worse? Oh, wow, it sounds like it actually might be getting a bit worse. And, like, it kept getting to the point where it was like, is this thing ever going to be fucking made? Like, I know, one second. I know the guy who fucking, what's his face? I can't even remember his name, but, it's the bald guy from fucking Face Off who directed The Notebook. He was supposed to do it originally with John Travolta as fucking Gotti still, because I guess the Gotti family, for whatever reason, picked him to do this project. So it's been John Travolta and like 80 different writers that they've fucking fired, and I think like 4 or 5 directors, like 70 producers. They're probably all still attached to make the no money this seems to be making that I'm gonna contribute towards. But it just seems like something that's gonna be like iconically bad. Like fucking the director is that short guy who plays the agent in fucking in Entourage. So I can only imagine that it's as bad, if not worse, than everyone is saying. And fucking, I thought Pitbull just did the main song for the movie because I heard it in the promotional shit. But apparently Pitbull scored this entire fucking film. Like, there's just so many fucking variables here that are just telling me, like, this is going to be such a fucking bad movie that I need to fucking see it. That maybe this is just I don't know, maybe I'm just a fucking masochist. I don't know, because whenever I hear that a movie is going to be this monumentally fucking bad, I have to see it. Don't ask me why. Like I said, I'm probably some sort of I don't know, visual oral masochist, because I can't help myself. I own the fucking room. I own the room, and I've seen it front to back. I've watched The Room from beginning to end at least fucking 4 or 5 times, so that can give you a little bit of a scope of how much of a fucking shitty asshole I am, and maybe that you should, I don't know. If you don't like bad movies, then I can completely understand if you want to turn this off right now, but, if you do, then this is the warm-up to me just going to see a bad movie, and before I see this bad movie, I'm going to have to go and deal with my mom's mean cat, who I have to give insulin to, which is going to be fucking fun. So I'm going to go in there probably in a bad mood to see this movie that's definitely going to be fucking bad. Like, bad, bad, bad. But sometimes, and it's not always that I get a kick from this shit. Sometimes I do this and it's just like, why did I do this? Because, you know, if you didn't know this, if you go to a movie and you only sit through like fucking like an hour, I don't know if you can go through the whole movie, but I've done this before. When I've done this, I fucking like, I'll go and I'll watch a movie for a fucking hour and it'll be fucking terrible. Like I'll go to see it because what was it? It was that Left Below movie that they did with Nick Cage a few years back. That they're trying to make that Left Below series again with him. Me and a friend went to go and see that, and it was like, it wasn't even a novelty. It was just fucking bad. It was just boring. Like, it wasn't funny. It was just bad. There was nothing, like I said, there was no novelty. There was nothing to enjoy about it. So we just fucking walked out like an hour into the movie, and we went up to the lobby and we said, fucking, I hated that movie. We couldn't even finish it. And they refunded us our money. So I've done that a couple of times when this has come back to bite me in the ass, and it works. So who knows? Maybe Gotti won't get my money. Maybe I'll fucking just walk out halfway through and I'll fucking get my money back, and I'll be back to you guys to tell you that I did the old string around my finger with a quarter attached to the other end of the vending machine and yoinked my money back. But I'm getting close to my mom's house right now, so I'll see you in a second, creeps, after I'm done giving that insulin shot. Oh man, what a mean fucking cat. I mean, I feel awful because the cat's always been super territorial, and my mom adopted my 6 cousins, so there's 6 fucking kids in the house that this super terrified territorial cat has to deal with. But at the same time, it's terrifying. It hates me, and every time I go to touch it, it fucking scratches the shit out of me, especially when I have a fucking needle in my hand. So it's like it's like the thing from Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, the Kobayashi Maru. There's no winning. It's a mission that's destined to fail either way. I'm gonna give this thing its shot. I'm gonna get hurt, and I'm gonna feel like an asshole for causing this thing pain. Whatever. I love you, creeps, for listening to me gripe. But I'm gonna probably have some more to gripe about after this, because I'm coming right up on the movie theater right now, and it's about 90 degrees right now, so an air-conditioned room is going to do me nicely. And I won't have to fucking pump my own air conditioner 24/7 today, like I have been, and have a ridiculous energy bill. I don't know if y'all live in an area where you got to keep that air conditioner pumping all the time, but it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap. Whatever. I digress. Because we all know bills are always going to accumulate until the day we fucking die. Our money is never ours. Unless you're John Gotti. You don't got to pay your taxes. Oh, man. I'm excited to go see this movie about the real life urban cowboy. Alright. Well, I'm getting right up at the movie theater now, so I'll let you know what a fucking disaster this was, creeps. See you soon. Holy fucking shit. I could not even fucking prepare myself for that one. Ugh. That was fucking gross. Alright, well, I did stay for the entire movie, and I did not get my money back. So, I don't know. Maybe that did cost more money than it would have cost for me to air condition myself in my own room and watch whatever the fuck I'd watch. But it was certainly an experience, to say the very least. Where to even fucking start? The script was quite possibly the story itself is a little incoherent with how it jumps all over the place, but to be honest, it's not really that much different than fucking, I don't know if you saw the Iceman movie with Michael Shannon, but I mean, like, the way the story went, it really wasn't that much different than that. It was kind of just like a highlight reel from John Gotti's Sr.'s life, and they, well, I guess it makes sense that they made John Gotti Jr. like the main character, because I'm pretty sure that they based the movie the script had to be based on his memoir, and I'm pretty sure he got final say on what the fucking final draft of the script would be. So, yeah, the script was really bad. Not even in the sense that it just focused on his son and stuff like that, because I feel like I don't even know where to start on this. Like, all right, let me just start off by saying this. Since we're all initiated horror aficionados here, I'd assume y'all remember Bud from Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2, not Rob Zombie's abortion. The first abortion, John Carpenter's, that he didn't direct, he just wrote it and then regretted it. But yeah, the original Halloween 2, Bud, the dude who the EMT who's trying to fuck that nurse the whole movie, and then he gets her in the fucking the jacuzzi, and then they die in the jacuzzi. That dude, he's way fatter, way balder, and he's in this movie, and apparently he wrote the script for this movie, and it's quite possibly the worst dialogue I've ever heard in my life. Not only is it like bad, like offensive in the sense like no one talk. I mean, I guess dumb people, like really stupid people might talk like this, like really like low end wise guys, if you will. But it's just like endless fucking like what I'm saying right now. The fucking guys over here, they are fucking blah blah blah. I spent money, and there's two things in this world that there really isn't anything more important than it: time and money. And I just spent both on this movie. And the thing I'm most mad about spending all this time and money on is how bad this fucking dialogue was. It was like a slap in the fucking face. I think the worst thing about it is that the coolest thing about all of these things like Goodfellas, Godfather, Sopranos, is that there was that little tip of the hat that, to people who are in organized crime doesn't fucking exist. Okay? So, throughout this whole fucking movie, we hear the words Cosa Nostra uttered so many fucking times that, like, my head was spinning. Like, we get it. This is a fucking mob movie. Yeah, Black Hand, you came from the old country, we know. But those people don't fucking talk about that shit. Even to them, it doesn't fucking exist. People don't say, a fucking boss doesn't say, yeah, it's the fucking Cosa Nostra. The boss is the boss is the boss. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe just the fact that I'm third generation Italian, like not even like that Italian, but like it's just like a bitch slap in the fucking face. Like what were you guys fucking thinking? Well, all right. To pepper some sugar on there, John Travolta was pretty good as John Gotti Sr. He tried his best to steer it in the right direction. It just, I wouldn't say it deserves a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes, but it's pretty damn close, because all the other acting other than him is so fucking horrendous. His wife is so bad as Victoria Gotti. The guy they got to play John Gotti Jr. was so fucking bad. They tried making him look so like good and cool because John Gotti Jr. was like clearly a huge part of this production. They had, I don't know if you guys are Seinfeld fans, but that episode that was in reverse with FDR, that ice cream guy who wishes that Kramer was dead and he tries taking the wish back, that big fat oaf. That guy took Joe Pesci's role, and Joe Pesci actually wanted it to the point where he's suing the production right now. So this guy that replaced him did such a laughably bad job, and the movie is being sued for $3 million because they put this guy in the movie instead of Joe Pesci. Like, this movie is so fucking monumentally bad. And I haven't even started talking about Pitbull's fucking score, or lack thereof, yet. He has that one song that was in the fucking promotional material, that fucking John Gotti, the Teflon Don, John Gotti. Fucking just a Pitbull song with the words John Gotti and shit like that 1,000,000 times in it. And he puts maybe, I mean, I didn't have a fucking stopwatch to try and time this, but I should have, because he maybe scored 15 minutes of this movie, and like they should have just used public domain music for all the good that he did this fucking production, because you can tell that he just wrote a bad version of like a public domain song that they could have used in a billion spots. They didn't need anybody to score this movie over fucking Pitbull. I think it might honestly be the worst music I've ever heard in a movie. The worst score ever I've ever heard. And I've seen some fucking bad movies. This was just like beyond bad. The music in this, like I talked a lot of shit about. I know I talked a lot of shit about that dialogue, and I talked some shit about the acting, but the fucking music was the like. Pitbull is definitely gonna win a fucking Razzie for this, but he deserves something way worse. He deserves something so that he knows. I just wish there was something that could tell him how bad of a fucking job that he did. That he is the exact opposite of somebody, of a fucking musical composer. It's just mind-boggling that they gave him that fucking job. And the guy from fucking Entourage did such a laughably bad job as director. It was like watching a fucking like a film student try and shoot an episode of fucking like The Sopranos mixed with an episode of The Shield. Like I'm sorry if that's like too dated for some people if you haven't seen The Sopranos and The Shield, but like if you have, imagine those. Just fucking go on YouTube and look at the styles of those two shows and imagine the two of them being just fucking ham-fistedly fucking smashed together. And that's what this dude's style was like. It was like the most fucking everything except John Travolta was so unprofessional. It was like worse than a student film. It really was like that bad. Like I said, like I stayed through the whole movie. I didn't go and get my money back, and I mean, I don't regret it that much because, like, listen to how much fucking steam I have to blow off about this. I'm not saying that you should pay money to go and see this because I kind of regret the fact that I paid some of my hard-earned dollars to see this, but it was 90 fucking degrees out today, and I promised somebody else I'd go see Sicario with them. Maybe that makes me, maybe I'm like a boyfriend to everybody because that maybe that is a bit much that I went to go see Gotti instead of Sicario 2 just because I promised one of my friends I'd go see it with them. But if you like bad movies, I honestly would recommend seeing this, but see it for free. Unless you're in a situation like I am and just like the cards fall that way, don't give this movie any more money. Okay? Alright. This is Doc. I've yelled enough. I love you creeps. Thanks for sticking around. Peace out.